It's been a long time coming since a Mountain West school was ranked in the top 25. So, it's great for them to represent, and I'm really happy for Ryan. I mean, we all have to catch up and we have to be better. But it is nice. It is nice to be able to go, okay, now we have them in the pit. We're going to have them with our crowd. Hopefully everybody can get healthy. We had a few people out today with the illness, but hopefully we can get healthy and get ready for a fun game. I mean, if these games aren't fun to you, then, God, you shouldn't be playing. I mean, they should be fun.
What players were sitting out today, and do you anticipate having all of them?
We should, but, obviously Alexa's out. She practices sparingly. Bryce and Khadijah are sick, so they went over to the doctor and they went home. So hopefully we'll have them back by tomorrow. We can get them, but, they're pretty tough kids, so I think they'll be back. But, the preparation for a game like this isn't fun sometimes because you're obviously want it to be perfect and your kids are on edge a little bit. You don't want that, but I just think to prepare to go into a game like this, just the anticipation of going out and having some fun. You're playing against a ranked opponent. This will be a fun time.
What are the keys to beating this team? I mean,
we have to execute on defense. That's the biggest key for us. They run a lot of motion, a lot of 5-out motion. Every single one of their players will post up, and every single one of their players will shoot from the outside. The percentages are a little bit different, but, like you have their point guard posting up in separate plays a lot of times. And she's just a mean, nasty post player at 5'11". As a point guard. She's really good. Then you got their 5 players shooting threes. So we really have to prepare for their movement, their motion, who's a shooter, who's a driver, who to close, and then just one and done. Eliminate them. No wide open shots, and then one and done.
Coach, you talked about Boise being that statement win, and then you come back here, blow out Air Force, and then what is this game? What is the significance in the
again, to have, 4 games left, I think, in our league or in our conference. This is the game that, you win this game for us where we sit. It breaks every tiebreaker that's either even with us. It also can get us ahead maybe further. But there's such a logjam at where we're at, it could also get us behind. So not only beating a Colorado State who hasn't lost in league and is very, very good, but to beat the best team in your league, it could maybe raise some eyebrows a little bit, not only for the league, but for our players to just understand, hey, we're pretty good too, and then just go from there.
Do you look at the teams that played them close and think, what were they doing that maybe we can capitalize on?
Yeah, absolutely. The at San Jose State game, sticks out, and that was a great game to watch, and Colorado State has so much confidence. They just put things together and they hit free throws. They'll get the timely rebound or the timely shot. Some of the things that we can do against them, we've put some adjustments in today. We'll work on those tomorrow. Just like, now everybody knows what you're running. So if you can tweak something here or there, and hopefully your players remember, you can that can make the difference.
Coach, going against a team that doesn't really turn the ball over that much, but the press has been working so well for you. Is that kind of what you guys are going to get going?
Yeah, we'll still press. We'll still have to. You can be aggressive, and then they pass the ball so well that you got to be careful. You can make it a tempo press. They're really good at running their offense, and if you give them a lot of time on the shot clock to turn you over several times, you get lost. If we can tempo it a little bit and not give them so much time, then who knows? But they're still awfully good. They still can take a one-pass shot and make it, and but we've got to eliminate some of the things that they do well, and hopefully that can help us.
How valuable is this time and getting all these starts for someone like Jason being a freshman?
Yeah, it's really valuable, and she's stepped up to the cause. I mean, she's, even when she wasn't starting, but now it's at a point where freshmen get real tired this time of year, and she seems like her energy is just getting better. So she really likes her role. She really likes getting in there and mixing it up, and she's embraced it well. She'll make some mistakes, obviously, like freshmen do, but she's not afraid to mix it up. You can't tell she's a freshman sometimes when she's out there playing, and it's given her really, really invaluable experience.
You talk about confidence. You have 2 wins in a row. End of the season. How are you liking your team's confidence right now?
Well, it's good. We're good from game to game. It's a different team than it was last year, so I could really gauge last year's team on that. This year's team's just different. and probably because of a lot of the youngsters that were playing, and going from one game to another. Okay, we were confident this game. Let's hopefully maybe in this game we can be confident. And I think we can, but it's just a different team and their gauge and in their preparation, and not having 3 seniors out there today was interesting, but they did a nice job.
Traditionally, it seems like you guys have a good rivalry with, Colorado State. What is it about the matchup that is?
I think we, in the past, just we both won, and at first when they had Tom Cullen there and in that group, it was some great matchups. I mean, really, really good. And even with, some of the coaches after that, it was just back and forth. We split all the time. Their crowds were great. Our crowds were great. I mean, we used to have 10,000 fans at those games here, and hopefully we can get close to that on Wednesday. But, it's just, you always had traditionally really good teams that did a lot of things. They dropped off a little bit and we were doing well. Now they're doing well, and we're, clawing our way back. So hopefully we can make that another rivalry.
Yeah, and how is it just having back-to-back games at home?
That's great. I mean, the schedule's just weird. I know last year our schedule was very favorable to us, so I'm not going to complain to the scheduling gods. This year it's just different. And then, to have back-to-back home games, it's nice. It's a lot of fun. And, with our crowd, we're going to need every bit of it.
You talked about them being different teams from this year to last.
Mhm.
So obviously you guys had a great game against them last year. Can you take anything away from that?
Oh, I think so. I really do. I mean, I think Tisha Brown had a great game against them too last year. But, we haven't really even watched last year's game just because it is a different team. We did play really well against them. We hit shots. We played defense. We did a nice job. And, we're hoping to do the same thing again this year. But they're a different team too. They're a lot more poised and confident than they were last year, I think. And I think that team is a different, in a better way than they were last year.
But do you, as coaches, do you guys watch it and try to see anything else?
I didn't. It's just so hard. I mean, I just try to watch this year, especially like you said, JP, the closer games. What did those teams do? I think that's what helped me in my preparation when we played like a Utah State. We got beat by 20 up there. What did other teams do? And we adjusted to what some of the teams did, and that's just kind of how, you have to adjust. I saw some things that we can adjust to, and hopefully it works.
Coach, this year Colorado State, is that just you don't play them one time?
Uh-huh.
Does that kind of provide the disadvantage, advantage? What do you take from?
Yeah, it'd be nice to go up there and play. I like that gym. So, I don't know. I think this whole thing is still too new. Next year will be interesting with only the top 8 going, because then it'll be coming. What's the advantage, disadvantage? Are the top schools playing, each other twice? Or they, who knows who's going to be a top school? It'll just be interesting how the new scheduling format for the Mountain West tournament is going to be next year. I mean, I think that'll be more of a telltale sign. This year, you just kind of play out and then everybody goes.